So friends, now we will learn about functional interface and lambda expressions. Okay. So this is a very important topic. Both of them were introduced in Java version 8 and they were introduced to compete with Python because Python had a great library set for functional programming, which is widely used in data science. In order to make Java also rich with functional programming, Lambda expression and functional interfaces were introduced in Java. So let's try to learn about these topics. So what is a Lambda expression? Okay, so you must have studied maths in Java where you used to learn functions. Function of x is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1, or function of x is equal to x plus 1, or function of x is equal to x square, anything. So similarly, lambda expression is a variable and an expression for that variable in Java. In other words, you can say a variable and a set of expressions, a set of lines for that variable in curly braces. So both of them represent a lambda expression. What is the benefit? Suppose you have a function f1. In this, you are calling another function f2. Okay, and f2 is taking an input x, and f2 is simply doing x plus 1. Okay, return. So this is integer x, and it is returning x plus 1. Okay, so you have definition of function at one place and you are calling that function at another place. Now if instead of f2 you comment this line, you don't, and you simply write a lambda expression, and suppose whatever you were getting in f2 you were printing it, so you were doing system dot out dot print, and you were passing here, you add an integer x is equal to 1, and you are calling f2 and you are printing the result of f2. Now instead of this, if you use functional interface, what you can do is you can do system dot out dot print and then simply a functional interface x plus 1. So here what is happening, the logic is at the same place where you are calling it, it is not in another function, so it is at the same place. This is lambda expression. It is widely used in streams. For example, you have an list, l is equal to new array list, and you added many numbers to it, l dot add many numbers. Now you can do l dot stream, and then you can call the filter method of the stream API, which takes a functional interface. So you can say x where x mod 2 is equal to 0 dot collectors dot to list. What you're doing here is you are filtering out the odd numbers, because for even numbers this will be true and for odd numbers it will be false, but you are not calling any method here, you are simply represented a lambda expression here where definition and calling, defining the function and calling it is at the same place, it is not at two different places. This is the beauty of a lambda expression. You are defining wherever you are calling. Otherwise you create a method in some other class or in the same class and you call it. But for simpler logics you can use functional interface and you can define wherever you are calling. Okay, it kind of simplifies the code in this way. So this is the benefit of lambda expressions. Now let's talk about functional interfaces. Suppose we have public interface, my interface. So we can have methods in that, we already studied about that. So we can have void m1, void m2. We can have similarly many methods. So our interface can have as many methods as we want. But if we want to create a functional interface, we can use the annotation at the rate functional interface. In that case, our interface cannot have two non-default methods, it can have only one non-default method. You can have many default methods, M3 and so far, but non-default there should be only one method. So this is called a functional interface. Why? Because it has only one method. So this is our functional interface, which can have only one non-default method. And why Java allows only one non-default method for functional interface? If you are not clear with default methods, you please check the previous chapter where we have talked about default methods. Basically, there is no forcing to implement a default method because it has a default implementation in the interface itself. I'm just correcting it. It will have its implementation here. So a functional interface is allowed to have only one non-default mode. But why? What is the reason? The reason is so that a functional interface can be represented using a lambda expression. So always remember this point. A functional interface is used to represent a lambda expression. Okay. For example, in this case, we have a m1 method, which is void in return type, and it takes no arguments. Let's, for understanding, let's modify it a little bit, and suppose we say that it takes a integer argument. Okay, and it does something. So now we created a lambda expression here, if you remember this one. Okay, so if we use this lambda, not exactly this one because it is taking not an argument. So let's create a lambda expression here. We will say x plus 1. This is our lambda expression, and we can represent this using our my interface. Why? Because this here takes one argument. Similarly, this also takes one argument. So we can say my interface m1 is equal to this. You see, on the left hand side we have a functional interface, and on the right hand side we have a lambda expression. So a lambda expression can be represented with the help of a functional interface. Let's see this with the help of a code as well. You see, this is our functional interface, and suppose you see there is a default method. We can have as many default methods, but if I try to add a new non-default method, it gives me a compilation error. So it can only accept one non-default method. Okay, now this method here takes no argument. If we see here, at class level we are defining my interface. It is taking 0 arguments and it is doing a sysout. Okay, so on the right side we have a lambda expression, and on the left side we are representing it is using a functional interface. You see, we have also annotated it with the help of with the functional interface annotation. And a functional interface is representing a lambda expression. Let's see one more example. For example, this is also a functional interface. It is having one non-default method which is taking an input of type string and returning also an input of type string. Okay, so what we can do is, here we can see in this example what we are doing is, this is our functional interface. It has a process method, takes an input string and returns an output string. Now using this functional interface, we are creating some lambda expressions. We are using this functional interface to represent some lambda expressions. For example, here we have implemented a logic to uppercase a string. So this is the lambda expression which takes an input of type string and it uses the string class provided uppercase, this uppercase method provided by the string class, and it is represented using this lambda expression. Similarly, now we are testing it. So what we are using this functional interface and we are calling process, and we are passing an input and we are testing what result we get. Similarly, you can also implement to reverse a string. Again, we have used the same functional interface, and here we are reversing a string. So again we are wrapping it using a string builder and then calling string builder dot reverse method, which is available in string builder, and then we are testing. So if we try to test this code, so if we hover above this upper class processor, you see we get a functional interface. Okay, now we are executing that functional interface at line number 6. So we are passing it an hello world argument, and what do we get in the result? A capital hello world. You see, this is a capital hello world because it is now executing this method, defining at line number 5 and executing at line number 6. We can combine it as well, but yeah, for explanation I have made it line by line. Again, we have one more example where we have defined reverse processor represented using this string processor, and then we are passing again a hello world, and let's see what do we get. We get a reverse of the hello world. You can see that here we get a reverse of the hello world. So this is, an explanation of the lambda expression and function interface. Both are there to, help each other or correlate with each other. Okay friends, I'll see you in the next section.